All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mohammed. Hi. We have Lucija. Nice to see you guys. I feel like I know you all so well already. Well, if you don't know me, I also want to welcome everybody who might be tuning in through our live stream or a different form on their phones, whatever. My name is Julie O'Brien, and I'm the Executive Director of LookUp. It's a pleasure to be here. You've learned a lot about this complex world that we're working in right now. And as far as the digital world is concerned, there's a lot of great things you can do, as actually two of our social innovators who are with us today will talk about, that can be done to design and recreate and reimagine that world that we want to see and that you guys in particular want to see, our younger generation. So one of LookUp's flagship programs, we kind of have two approaches. One is mobilizing the community through events like this, the Youth for Youth Summit. But the second thing that LookUp does is we make strategic investments, we call them investments, in youth activists and innovators, entrepreneurs who have an idea about or a solution about what they can do to design, create that world that we want to see. And so we get behind them and support their ideas, because we believe that youth-led and youth-designed ideas will have a greater impact. And I'm going to turn this session over to Magali Ambrosi Herrera, who was our intern this past summer and is now working with us a little bit. And she will introduce Snehita and David Gasper, two of our social innovators. And I just see Hannah Chung is also joining us. She's another one of our social innovators. So you'll get three perspectives about the program as well. But Maggie, over to you.
Well, thank you, Julie. It's a pleasure to be here. And I would love to share one of a small fact sheet talking a little bit more about the program. And if I can share my screen, it will be easier. So the LookUp Startup Innovation Challenge, as Julie mentioned, in the US, we're looking for students around 18, 25 years old. At least one member should be that age. Entrepreneurs, artists, engineers, future policymakers, designers, lawyers, intrapreneurs, and many more are welcome to apply and propose solutions into this to help youth mental health crisis through digital well-being and ethical technologies. What questions and what topics are we looking for? There are three main. Here you can look at them on your right. Let me do a little bit bigger this. A little bit bigger. Here you are. The three main topics are mental health and digital well-being, inclusion and belonging, ethical and responsible technology. The questions that we're looking for to answer are how can we create a digital world in which the mental health and well-being of all youth are respected, nurtured, and protected? And also, how can we create a digital world in which the mental health and well-being of all youth are respected, nurtured, and protected? This is the same question, but we're looking for to include LGBT, Black communities, Hispanic, and all the minorities in this solutions and this problem that we're having in the digital world. Also, how can we design responsible ethical policies, products, and business practices that prioritize people, especially youth, over profit into digital ecosystems? This flyer, it's in the website, so I'm gonna correct this second question, but you can go into our website here at the bottom, where the lookup.live startup, where these questions are, and you can explore more about our challenges and find some resources. So you can explore the problem, find solutions, and you will get benefits if you apply with us, getting seed rounds from between $250 up to $2,500. You will get a community hub, mentorship, workshops. You will become in the leadership lab. You'll improve your skills of pitches, also how you communicate, how do you develop the timeline, how do you create a timeline, budgeting, and many more that we really invite you to apply or at least learn more and put our information here, you can click here in this fact sheet and just put your name, email, and we'll send you more information about what you can get from us. And we'll make sure you're going to have fun and enjoy this program. The times, there'll be from November till December to apply. You'll get more information if you get sign in. And I think that's a little bit what we're talking about. If you have any more questions, please email us through startup at LookUp lead. And there's a number here, and you can get into our website for more information. Now, I want you to introduce our beautiful and wonderful social innovators that are here with us to talk more about their experience and share about before, during, and after the program, what they experienced. And if you have any more questions, we can answer them at the end of the session. Thank you, and welcome David, Snehita, Hannah, and Mohammed.
Maggie, you want to stop sharing your screen?
Sure.
So I also want to let you know that we do have some great tips for everybody as well. So of course, COVID-19 has amplified not just a crisis which led to schools being closed, but when you keep schools closed, you have a big mental health crisis that happened in Ontario. And Ontario had the longest school closures in North America because of the airport. We have Buffalo Airport. No other place in North America has access to different airports where people can go through for protest reasons. That's why schools had to stay. That's why school closures led to suicides, mental health issues, depression, kids missing out with their classmates. And that's why I have said by next year, if the pandemic is over, we should reevaluate masking, distancing, and school COVID protocols to reflect the new COVID situation as the pandemic situation might improve. What do you think about addressing mental health crisis as a result of school closures?
Mohammed, would you mind if we hold your question till afterwards? We're going to have some of our social innovators speak, and then we can address that great question. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, bud. Maggie, do you want to rephrase your questions so Hannah and David and Snehita can?
Of course. Well, thank you, Mohammed. We can talk about it at the end of the session or after. Well, we have now our social innovators that I want you to introduce, and I want you to share a little bit more of your experience before the program, during the program, and after the program, and what learnings you got from the programs, workshops, networking, community. So yeah, welcome and feel free to jump in.
I can go first. So hi, I'm Snehita. I co-founded Intra. It's also called the student community. And essentially what we did, we started the company back in March 2020. So it's like right when the pandemic started. And me and my co-founder Nina, we talked to a lot of people, and we made this app to really help students during the pandemic with their mental health. Because I went to a school called Carnegie Mellon, and the resources there, we had a lot of resources, just people didn't know what they were. We were all isolated, we were all sad, we just didn't have any friends. Nina was also an exchange student from Italy, so she was also like trapped in America with like no support system. Her family, she didn't have all her friends here, nothing like that. So we made an app to help people collaborate, make friends, find the resources that CMU offers. So we got into LookUp, I think January 2021, that's when we started the program. First of all, the interview process was awesome. It's like a pitch. So it really helps you practice what it's going to be like for like other stuff as well, like other funding, investments, all of that. But it's also very like, it's supportive. It's very nice. It's supportive. They're not trying to tear you apart. It's a very good culture in that aspect. So I was like, okay, when we got in, I was like, okay, this is great. This is going to transfer right over. And it very much did. So it was we had this whole, I don't want to call it demo day because we had a demo day at the end, but we had this one like January, I don't know what we called it, Julie, like a
showcase. The showcase.
Yeah, the showcase. in the beginning. And that was really awesome because we got to meet all of the other innovators, we got to read about all their ideas. And it's a very collaborative, great culture, because we also had some people, it's like some sessions where we could all talk together and we could all share ideas, collaborate, and all of that. I think I collaborated with, it's not Maddie, collaborated with her. We talked about like college culture, all of those things. And by the time we ended, we actually made a lot of progress. We had like a new version of the app, a design. We kind of just understood how to talk and do more interviews and really apply that, like not apply all of what we learned, but like apply it in like short parts, so we could actually get stuff done and not like do an entire new project and try to do that entire thing really badly in like a 2-month period. So I thought it was really awesome. And that's kind of where we're at now. So yeah.
Thank you, Snehita.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hannah, do you want to talk a little bit more about your experience? Add something new, or just say it was the same experience?
Yeah, I guess like our experience was a little bit different. Half of our team was in high school, and like half of them were like all in different programs in different colleges. And I think like I co-founded with the other high school student, and I think it really was interesting as like an internal team to work with like the older students, because they were able to kind of mentor us through the process, whether it be like we needed help with something on Illustrator or just preparing for the pitch in itself, because one of our team members in particular, he had a lot of experience in this kind of entrepreneurship, social innovation type of pitch work. So he was able to help us. So I think that internal team building and project management like skill thing kind of helped out a lot. Throughout the process, like Snehita said, it was really helpful that we got to just collaborate with a bunch of different people from all over the world that we wouldn't have met beyond this program. So that was really awesome. And I think it was really awesome that we were able to do it all on Zoom. And I think that if it wasn't on Zoom, we wouldn't have even had those experiences. And also, there was one person that we recently met through one of the organizations. We got connected to the Center for Humane Technology, and she is an advocate for a bunch of different groups demanding like the end to the genocide in Tigray, Ethiopia. And so I was able to connect one of the groups I was a part of and her groups together, which was just kind of beyond our project. So there was a lot of collaboration in many different ways beyond our project. And yeah, we were really specifically with my group, like on our terms, interested in the advocacy side of this whole project. So it was really interesting to be a part of like the firsthand movement with LookUp, with the Social Dilemma, with like the Center for Humane Technology that are taking direct steps in alleviating surveillance capitalism, like the consequences of just unethical digital usage and things like that. So it was really interesting and we got to learn a lot.
I think that I had a different experience still with joining LookUp. I did not enter on a team in the traditional way, I suppose. I started out applying with a different team, and we entered we didn't win the grant, but we got connected to the community. And then I was later connected to the founder of Mynd Social, who needed developers for her project. And so now I'm a part of Mynd Social. And what I've realized by participating in LookUp is I've felt that before I learned about LookUp. I'm a computer science student. I'm studying at Oregon State University, and it feels like there's not a whole lot of movement towards ethical technology, at least in the young generation of computer scientists. When I joined LookUp, I realized that this movement for ethical technology is considerably large and seems to be growing. And I think that that's very motivating for working on a project like this.
Thank you, David. I would love to hear a little bit more. Julie, can you tell us what experience as a executive director you had that you can share to everyone and really invite them? And yeah, can you tell us a little bit more?
I won't tell you all the nitty gritty details of all the stuff that didn't go right, but that's actually, I think, every single one, Hannah, David, and Snehita's teams all learned to pivot in some way or another. And I think I think that is one of the most amazing things when we work with young people who have great ideas. Again, it's not, we don't know that anything's going to launch. We're not investors. LookUp, even if you do have a for-profit concept, LookUp takes no investment in it. So which is good. I mean, we're a nonprofit. We're here to help young people succeed. So that's also kind of a cool thing. So maybe one day one of these guys will hit it big, and we can be proud to say we were there with them. That art of the pivot is, I think, one of the key takeaways, and just learning how to lead social change. That's the other thing about this program, is whether you're developing an app, for a college community, or whether you're like Hannah, who had set out with, they had more of an advocacy activist type campaign, and David being an ethical engineer coming in and joining the community. Every single one of these youth are part of the larger solution. And so I think, I've been around a few years and have been trying to have a social impact throughout my career, whether it's been in the for-profit sector or in the nonprofit sector. And I think that's one of the key things that everybody learned in this too, is that leading social change can come in a market-based solution. It can come in an advocacy campaign. It can come as a leader within an organization in their marketing position, or whatever it might be. That learning how to lead social change is a core value that we hope the participants in our startup Innovation Challenge, which is what we're calling it now, guys. We have a new name for it, Startup Innovation Challenge, is important. And the other cool thing is we have been able to partner not only with the Social Dilemma on this Youth for Youth Summit, but last year they also sponsored 2 awards, for 2 teams, and mentored 2 of the teams. Hannah's team was one of those teams that won the Social Dilemma Award, and we had another team out of the Bay Area at Stanford who was developing it, and they called it, it's like Facebook but not evil app for activists, called Assemble. They won that award. This year we're going to be doing another, the Social Dilemma is going to be giving out another award for social impact storytelling. And then we have also partnered with AGL Communication, who is in the UK, and they're going to be hosting a LookUp UK digital wellness challenge, also for storytellers, because they're a communications firm. So that's going to be taking place for UK residents. The ones that we're hosting here are primarily for US residents. I would say that this time zone. And the reason why we do it that way is because it is an interactive learning experience. So based on time zones, some of the events that we host are live. And we need to not have people up at 2 a.m. to attend. I know we're running, we only have 5 minutes left to the next session, which is Cenk Oz in the UK. He's an amazing entrepreneur. He was the UK's youngest CEO at age 16. He's won all sorts of awards. He launched Thread Media, and he's a huge inspiration. So he's going to be talking about, can a like change the world? He's been on a number of TED Talks and all over the media. So you definitely don't want to miss him next. And then he'll be facilitating a panel about digital activism, clicktivism, slacktivism, and activism. So it goes along our theme today of taking action. So I do want to thank, I know we don't really have time for questions, but we will be hosting another information session about the startup program, and go to our website, sign up. We'll keep you posted. But please, thank you, Hannah, David, and Snehita. You made my year really fun, and they're not going away. We keep working with them, so it's great that way too. So once in LookUp, always part of LookUp. So it's part of the family. All right, I'm going to leave it at that because we really should hop over to hear Cenk. So see you all. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next info session.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.